All right, let's talk a little bit about the A in the PEACE acronym that family law lawyers and judges use to determine dissolutions of marriage. If you haven't seen the intro to the PEACE acronym, go back and look at that video, but today we're talking about A, which stands for alimony. Alimony is the hottest button issue in divorce cases other than kids. And the reason is because it has a lot of emotional connotations and it's very subjective. So if you're an accountant or you're a person who's very used to black and white, and you like your numbers to add up, this part of family law will drive you insane because there is so much discretion on the determination of alimony in our state that there is very little way for a lawyer to predict how much you may pay or how much you may get. The court uses or does the A, the alimony determination, after they've decided the parenting issues, after they've decided the assets, because there's a potentiality that the assets could affect your incomes. So if you divide asset and you have income generating assets, they want to make sure that they include that income in determination of whether or not there's a need for alimony and whether or not there's an ability to pay alimony. And that's our major factor. When we're arguing alimony cases, the court is looking, does the party who's asking for it need it? And does the party who might have to pay it actually have the ability to pay? And that's why it's subjective, because maybe you're a high earner, but there's not the ability to pay because you're over leveraged or because there's extraordinary healthcare needs of a minor child or yourself. Or maybe you have the need for alimony. Most people do have the need for alimony, but maybe you're asking for an alimony amount that exceeds need and it goes into the little luxuries of life. So the court makes those analyses based on incomes of the parties. Can I give you a guideline on how much that would be? No, because every judge has a tendency to do something different. There have been many attempts by the legislature to give us a guideline, like we have in child support, that will say, if you make this and if you make this, then this is the amount. But every time that bill the alimony reform bill has attempted to be passed, it has been vetoed or hasn't passed the legislature. And so as of now, we are still stuck with this subjective need and ability to pay analysis. And that's how the court determines whether or not you should receive alimony or if you should pay it. Now, there is one thing about alimony that everybody should be aware of, and that is in 2019, effective January 1, we had a major change in the alimony laws, and alimony is no longer a tax deduction for the payer and is no longer taxable to the receiver. So now, if you're the high earner, you're going to pay tax on the amount that you're paying your former spouse in alimony. And if you are the receiver, you're not going to pay tax on that, just like you would in child support. Many reasons for that change. There's going to be positive effects and negative, but that is something to be aware of when we're talking about A in the PEACE acronym, which is the alimony.